So apparently I need to do a long form video instead of just my usual shorts because you only got like 15 seconds to 3 minutes to like compile a bunch of data all at once, and usually the people watching shorts don't exactly have the longest attention span, so you'll have to forgive any bits of wind. I'm on the road, you know this. But if you don't know this video is also partly intended for some of the potential new people that I've picked up along the way, because I have watched my subscriber count slowly creep towards 100. So we're going to consider this like the 100 subscriber special or something like that, if you want to call it that, even if I'm not even quite there yet. Eventually, in the next little bit, I'm sure I will be. So hello to said new people and those who have been here for a while and know exactly what I'm doing. And for some of you, this is the second time you've watched me do this as far as doing it on the bike. Others, you've seen me do this a few times on foot before too. So those that have been watching this trip in the last 2.5 weeks since the beginning know that I left from the Atlantic coast of New Jersey on Friday the 10th of July here in 2026, just to date this video kind of thing. From there, in a single day across Jersey through Trenton, up just a little bit further past Trenton, into Pennsylvania via Washington Crossing. Took the DNL trail towards Easton and Allentown, sorry. Follow that up DNH trail to like the Scranton Valley. You take the DNL up into past Jim Thorpe, sorry. You lose it in Mountaintop, which is that was a really fun set of downhills coming into where like the Scranton, what I call the Scranton Valley. I don't know if that's what it's actually called, but I just call it the Scranton Valley. You come in from Mountaintop around Wilkes-Barre. You say you do, I did rather. And follow the valley through Scranton up into Carbondale. Carbondale's where you pick up the DNH. DNH, and took that all the way up to about Windsor, New York. At that time, the Canadian wildfires were pretty heavy, and it was starting to blow in that direction. So that last day of Pennsylvania, most certainly was noticing the smoke. And then the following day, when I was pushing through, because I had ended that first day in New York in Bimington, having also started in the Carbondale area of PA, which was kind of insane to me to do 2 days worth of mileage in a single day, but there are factors to that, whole other story. Anyway, back on topic, from Binghamton, sorry, Ithaca. That was a little bit easier this year. Again, just lighter load on my bike, not having a big rucksack on a cargo rack over my back tire means that since New Jersey all the way till today actually was the first time I needed to put any air in my tires, though I'm starting to notice the amount of miles that have been on them. They're not bald, but I can notice that I've definitely put in some distance. So from Ithaca up into the Finger Lakes in New York, did the same thing last year, aiming for Lyons. Picked up Lyons, that's where the Erie Canal is. Erie Canal to Rochester. Rochester, snaked my way up to Lake Ontario real quick. Did that. Day or two later, I'm at Niagara Falls. Take the Niagara to Lake Erie in Buffalo, and then along the coast all the way down to about central Cleveland, where I got alerted to a set of storms that, more so from what I understand, were a problem for like Chicago and things like that, but because it was such a wide range, I have a friend that's like does insurance adjusting and things like that. He's like, hey, here's your coverage for a big storm coming in, you're in it, you should probably make a decision. So a friend of mine was kind enough, he was on his day off, came out to pretty much central Ohio, picked me up and brought me into Michigan a couple days ago, so I got a little bit of rest finally. Went from his place near the Ypsilanti Ann Arbor area to down to Lake Erie, following the 1,000,001 trails that exist in the greater Detroit metro area. So I'm circling around the city for reasons. Detroit's not as bad as it used to be, but I just don't like going into big cities if I don't have to. Motor City, man, people drive fast, and I've already been warned that outside of it, you gotta be careful. I've already had my experiences with crazy drivers who a lot of times just aren't paying attention. So I already know from my own experiences around the area, if you don't have to be on the road, don't. So yeah, as many trails as I can follow. So at present, I had mentioned in a short, accuracy may vary as to the hand map. It's just a Michigan thing. Deal with it. As the hand map showed, if I go to roughly the second crease in your thumb kind of thing, that's roughly where Lake Huron starts. Lake Huron I wasn't meant to add to the list of lakes touched on this trip until after I cross, or on the far side, through the UP, down Mackinac Bridge, Labor Day. But by then I'm going to be so over it, so ready to just straight shot to the finish line of Lake Michigan after I cross the Mackinac Bridge that it has been decided I'm going to circle over to about as far east in the lower peninsula as you can go, roughly that area. That's where I can do that with Lake Huron real quick. There's H. I've already got O. I've already got E. There's 3 of 5, 2 to go. So after that, the big swing around to Lake Superior. From Lake Superior, and I'll go as far west as Duluth in Minnesota. So where it ended when I tried this last year was Milwaukee. So as long as I can at least get past that, having taken 3 of the lakes, I beat what I did. Last year was just 2. Because Lake Michigan's last. Born on the shores of Lake Michigan, basically, so there's a lot of symbolic reasons to make that the final one to get homes. Think horse. The game. HRES. The game is homes. About to take H. I've already got O. I've already got E. Comprende?